Okay, Alondra. Let's talk about step 6. This is the biggest one, and if you listen to me, it could change the quality of your life. Okay, this is the one everybody likes best. And step 6 is building long-term financial independence, or long-term income, or long-term savings. Now, there's two key elements at play here. Two financial battles that we have to win the money game. Because if you don't incorporate this, now, can I be strong with you? The chances of you being financially independent probably won't happen. And if it does, it's way out there. Okay? So there's two battles that we have to win. The first one is the inflation battle, and we're going to talk about it in a minute. The second one is a tax battle, because it's not what you make, it's what you keep and spend. Okay? Taxes will hurt you if you're not careful. Let's talk about inflation, Alondra. Have you heard of the rule of 72?
No, I haven't.
No? Okay, let me explain it. It's very interesting. It says that whatever interest rate that you're saving at, let's say 4%, divided into the number 72, that will tell you exactly how many years will take your money to double. Okay? 4 into 72 is equal 18. So every 18 years, your money will double. Let me show you an example here. Let's say that you have $100 in an account that earns 4%. If you leave it and it grows at 4, in 18 years, your money will double. So you're going to have, instead of 100, you're going to have 200. So what happens in another 18 years at 4? Right, you double again. So now you got 400. So here's a problem now. There's a catch. In 36 years from now, will 400 buy what $100 buy now? No. Okay? No, right? So that's inflation, my little friend. Okay? That's inflation. So, Alondra, if people are saving, what are they saving?
Banks.
Banks, credit union, fixed account, etc. Where they probably not even getting 4%. So, as you can see what's happening, right? Money is growing, but the inflation is growing much quicker. So, they're losing purchasing power, and they might never retire. And that is a big, big problem, okay? So the solution is to help them obtain a potentially better interest rate. Let's say the person could get 6 to 12 instead of a 4. And let's say this example, okay? Let's say you're 29 years old, okay? And you have $10,000 at 4%. So 4 into 72 is equal 18. So those 10,000 grows in 36 years to 40,000, applying the rule of 72. And you're 65 now, the kids are gone, the house is paid for, but you want to retire now. But you have only $40,000 to your name. How long do you think those 40,000 are going to last you?
Probably not long.
Not long? Well, maybe 3 months is the way you spend, right? I'm kidding. But maybe a year, maybe a little bit longer, because it depends if you're frugal, okay? And then you're going to be running out of time. You're going to be running out of money, and you're going to greet out woman. But there is a problem here. Who wants to work after 65 or past 65? The only thing that we could change is the interest rate, okay? That's $1 million question. If you could have between 6 to 12 instead of 4%, would you now have a greater financial independence? The answer is yes. Of course, absolutely. Look at this. At 6, your money will double every 12 years. At 8, your money will double every 9 years. And at 12%, every 12 years. So at age 65, you got $640,000. Isn't that amazing? Huh?
Yeah.
The only difference between this guy and this guy is no more money, is no more time. Same age, same amount of money, but just a different interest rate, okay? That's the only thing. But it cost this guy here $600,000, Alondra. Huh? Now, isn't that a pretty important principle for you to learn?
Yeah.
Of course. This could change the quality of your life. And you know what? It's not about having $10,000. The key is saving a little bit of money on a monthly basis at a decent interest rate. If you will save for you at a decent interest rate, there might be a time where you won't be out earning your money, but your money is going to be out earning you. Pretty awesome, eh?
Yeah.
There you go. I like that one. So the $1 million question that might be in your head is, where can I get a decent interest rate of return, but yet have a protection of principal where actually guaranteed not to lose any money? Huh? That's peace of mind for me. But actually, there are 3 strategies that I'm going to give you a little brief, on each one. You tell me which one makes the most sense for you, so then that way I know which one is suitable for the next time we get together. Okay. Let's see. The first strategy is the index, the fixed rate approach. I'm sorry. The first one is a fixed rate approach. You get a fixed rate, but it's a low rate, probably 1, 2, maybe less than that, which might be risky because of the inflation. And the second approach is the other end of the spectrum, which is the stock market or mutual fund, where you have the potential for high returns, but with the risk of losing your money. And a lot of people have it because it's been pretty dicey lately. Okay, so the third approach is the index strategy, where all you save is protected, so you don't lose your money. All interest earned is linked to what the S&P 500, S&P is short for Standard & Poor's 500 stock index, which for the past 25 years on average and almost 10% a year. So, Alondra, question for you now. Of those 3, which one makes the most sense for you?
The index strategy.
The last one, okay? That's pretty becoming pretty popular. Let me take about a minute to talk about that one. Have you heard of the S&P 500 before?
No.
No? Okay. The S&P is a 500 most, or Standard & Poor's 500 is the most widely held companies in the U.S., representing over 100 groups of industries, like technology, health, care, utilities, etc. In fact, the S&P 500 represents almost 70% of the total domestic economy of the U.S. But get this, along, the S&P has averaged almost 10% a year for the last 25 years. If you had invested in the S&P 500 25 years ago, an average almost 10% per year, would you be happy? Yes, you will. Okay. Now, when we get back together, if we have determined that an index strategy is suitable for you, we'll then explain the specific product, cost, floor, caps, and other terms and conditions. But for now, let me give you an overview of the index strategy and how the interest crediting works. Okay. All interest earned is linked to the S&P 500 or to a cap. For example, we said 12%, but without any of the downside risk associated with putting money directly into the stock market. So you see, your money, our money, is protected from any market loss. At the same time, you participate in the growth of the S&P 500 up to a cap, which is usually 12%. Okay. The protection for any downsizing, with the protection of any downsizing market risk, that should be pretty important, don't you think?
Yeah.
Definitely. For me, it's a peace of mind. Well, here's an example that, let's say that a few years ago, you contribute 10,000 in the index strategy. Okay, 10,000 in the index strategy. In the first year, it grows to 11,000. Okay, well, you did a 10%, so it grows to 11,000. Let's say that the second year grows another 10% as well, so you have now $12,100. Okay, so let's say in the third year the S&P went down for 20%. It could happen, right? But you know what? It happens once. So, but instead of you going down over here or lose money in your portfolio, so instead of 9,600, you remain here at $12,000. Okay, so you can see why the index approach is quickly becoming one of the most popular. You can see why. Okay, So one of the best ways to win the rate of return and the inflation battle is to be able to get potentially higher growth, yet protect your principal from any downside market loss. But you cannot just win along the rate of return battle and forget about the taxes, okay? So in fact, I'm going to show you an example that will shock you in how important it is to employ both of these, the rate of return battle and the tax battle, okay? Like I said that 30 years ago, there was a guy that went to the bank that was 30 years of age. He wants to have $1 million when he was 60, okay? He went to the bank, and he didn't understand anything about this. He just went on to the bank and said, Mr. Banker, I need to save what do I need to save every month in order to, have $1 million from 30 years from now? So back then, CDs rates were about 5%. Now they're about 2 to 3%. But then there were 5, okay? Mr. Banker, he figured it out and said, well, what you need to do is put away exactly $1,639 a month for 30 years, 5%. And now you will get your million. So, he was totally discouraged. He left the bank and never saved a dime. Now he's a greeter at the Walmart. And you might see him, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you say, yes, I see them. Absolutely. But now, what if we could taught him how to win these two battles, the rate of return battle and the tax battle, okay? And look how it drops the number. It is almost unbelievable, okay? This is a guy over here, okay? We just got to win one at a time. Take the rate of return, let's say, if you could save an average of 10 instead of 5, it takes number clear down to 900, okay? You see the difference just because of the interest rate? Mm-hmm. So, however, this one costs can most people save $900 a month?
No.
Probably no. However, it's $700 less than this example over here, okay? But that's significant, right? Alrighty. So now, what if we can help him to put his money away where it can be taxed while it grows? So with the tax deferral, what does he have to put away? Look at this. $438 now or longer. Do you know people that can put away $438 a month?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, a lot of people. And maybe you're blowing that one right now, right? Yeah, you're blowing that. But hey, maybe you could. So there is a lot of people that could. That's no big deal for them. So it's not so much putting away a ton. It's about putting away what you can at a decent interest rate, reducing taxes and avoiding loss of principal. In fact, in step 6, when you're done, a person knows exactly when they will potentially be totally financially independent. And if we do it right, it can literally shave years off your retirement date. It's really neat, okay, Alondra? Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. If you were financially independent right now, and you have enough money in your nest egg so that every month you had enough that you didn't have to go to work anymore. It's over, okay? You're free. You're free to work. Mm-hmm. Or don't have to work, let's say. Now, do you have any dreams or any goals? What are you doing now?
I could probably go on a trip somewhere.
Trip? Where?
Europe, Middle East.
Europe, Middle East. There you go. That's great, Alondra. Now think about it. If you're financially independent, you have options. That's the point. You have options. Okay? Now you can do what you want, when you want, and how you want. Okay? In fact, it was interesting. Just the other day, we went through the implementation phase with the client. That's our second visit. And the wife, she was so excited that she gets up and says, I could go door to door asking my neighbors when they were going to be financially independent. And nobody will know. But I do. Okay, I do. But you know